Drink up, then.
Oh, that's your third. You'll be getting up and going to the toilet all the time, pushing past people. And can we move somewhere else? He's giving me the creeps.
That's Kit Bilton. He's having a lovely time.
He's crying his eyes out.
Must have killed a pig.
What?
He's killed a pig.
Well, if it upsets him that much, why does he do it?
It's cheaper than butcher's meat. A lot of people do it in Derby. You keep a pig and fatten it up on the leavings. We even had to go till fate took a hand. Never mind, Mr. Bilton. It's in a good cause.
He were a Christian, he were. A Christian. And now they're cutting him up and cooking him. They're cutting my Wilf up and cooking him.
Oh, I say.
I just can't watch. I can't do it.
It does you credit, Mr. Bilton.
He turned and he looked at me. Them little eyes, full of love and trust. He turned and he looked at me. He knew. I know he knew.
Of course he knew, Mr. Bilton.
No.
But what did he know? That's the point. It's my solemn opinion that he always knew. Porcine destiny, that's what it is, Mr. Bilton. He knew, as his fathers before him knew, that he was destined for your table, to feed your family, to live on in you.
Oh.
Stop it, you're being wicked.
I'm offering a fellow human being a crumb of comfort. Have you got any sense?
You really think they know, Mr. Farnham? You really believe that?
I'm convinced of it.
Oh, but that look in them little piggy eyes.
It's the breeding, you see.
Breeding?
It's bred into them, a sort of racial memory. The look in those little eyes wasn't one of reproach.
Oh, if only I could believe that.
Then why don't you?
I love that pig. He were a friend. More, he were one of the family. I felt more for that pig than anybody in here. Oh, and when I said that, Mr. Farnham, I hope you'll understand.
I do, Mr. Bilton, I do, and so did your friend.
Aye, do you reckon?
I reckon. You said yourself he was a Christian. He was merely turning the other cheek. Believe me, Mr. Bilton, greater love hath no pig.
Well, and then there's the wife. I mean, that doesn't help matters.
But she'll soon be over it.
Well, there's no for her to be over. She's up there with my two lasses, cutting him up and cooking him, happy as the day is long. I can't bear to watch it. She's got no heart, no feeling.
Yes, well, you have to make allowances. Women are different. They're, more primitive.
Oh, thanks.
It's in their very nature, you see. It's basic, fundamental, the, Earth Mother, the instinctive provider. They can't afford to think about what they're doing to a poor little pig.
Oh,
Or when there are other pigs and mouths to be fed. Their feelings have been directed elsewhere, directed by generation after generation, listening to their mothers. What do they hear down the centuries as they cut up the chops and sew up the intestines? Feed the brute. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. What chance have they? Even the Queen of Hearts made tarts.
By God, Mr. Farnham, I hadn't thought of it like that.
Think on, Mr. Bilton, think on. I must get the poor devil a pint.
No!